Ooh, it looks so bad. That's why I don't want no exterior shots. It look bad. But it don't look bad on the inside. This is my jewel right here, man, once we get it fixed on the outside, man. All right, game on. Who's next? Step on up, baby. This right here is the mobile barber shop, man. Now, it's not very many people in this region doing this. As a matter of fact, I'm sure I'm the only one in the upper Midwest.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
The markets just opened, now down 1,642 points.
We just went through the worst week since 2008. There are 100 million workers who could potentially lose their jobs if we don't shut down COVID-19 soon.
The coronavirus is just an extremely heavy straw on a very weak camel's back.
The SBA will begin providing economic loans in affected states.
Remember, the economy is absolutely broken and has been shut down.
People's life savings are going to be pulverized. God help anyone who was living paycheck to paycheck.
In the days and weeks ahead, we expect to see the number of cases, the number of deaths, and the number of affected countries climb even higher.
Business is known affectionately in St. Paul and Minneapolis as Urban Lights. Been here going on 28 years. We've outlasted, numerous other record stores, chain record stores, and people come here because of the customer service. At the end of the day, a business is a business and should be treated as such.
The Nail Bar is a full-service nail salon. Part of the mission and vision in opening the Nail Bar for me was around providing job security and opportunities for staff that may not work in your traditional kind of neighborhood salon. We opened in June of 2019 and then relocated to our new space here in Uptown in November.
We're a barbershop and a salon here in South Minneapolis. We've been here for 13 years. We currently have 5 barbers that work here. I work really hard to make sure that we create an atmosphere here that's comfortable for anybody. Whatever race, creed, or color you are, you can feel comfortable in my establishment. Being down here on Lake Street it's kind of a rough neighborhood here.
Recent reports show the rate of rejections for business loans for black-owned companies are double the rate of rejections for white Americans.
For minority-owned businesses, the playing field is not even, whether the banking industries that loan monies, whether non-traditional sources that loan monies, it's not an even playing field, and it needs to be.
We were really hitting our stride. We had grown a really good audience and client base, had firmed up our staff, and then in March we closed.
When COVID hit and Governor Tim Walz ordered us to shut down everything, that was a pretty devastating blow. It came so quickly that the impact of it was pretty difficult. I've been barbering for 34 years now, so to experience something like that was very, very unusual. I know a lot of people in this industry that they live haircut to haircut. If you weren't a person that took time to put away money for a rainy day, you could have been in trouble. You really needed that little bit of help from the federal government and whatnot.
The White House and the Senate have agreed to a roughly $2 trillion rescue package. That's 12 zeros for those of you who are counting. That's the largest in American history.
I can't think of another major vote on a major piece of legislation that was this unanimous, 96-0.
Help is on the way, big help and quick help.
This is a proud moment for the United States Senate and for the country, and we're going to win this battle in the very near future.
With COVID, I applied for the PPP program and I banked with a big bank, but they really weren't much help, so I wasn't successful.
I tried to get the SBL loans and the different things, and for some strange reason or another, they just failed me. I'm like, why am I getting turned down?
Everything we do is on our own. We've been turned down by numerous grants, loans. The last letter that we received from the state said, it looks like you guys are doing pretty good. You'll be fine. I don't know how much more impacted you can be than shut down, because that's zero. Again, business is business, it's fair. You judge people on what they bring to the table, what they don't bring to the table, and give as such, lend as such, loan as such.
Funds from the Paycheck Protection Program were exhausted in less than 2 weeks, and there are now questions about where the money went.
The program is a Small Business Relief Act. It was directed towards companies with 500 employees or less. There was no real government oversight and said, hey, where we need it most, that's where this money is going. No, it was whoever showed up for the first in the door. And that meant companies with more resources were able to get there.
I know people who've gotten lots of money. People who don't even have an office got money. Major companies, I know CEOs of major companies who got money and they didn't even ask for the money. So the system's flawed.
There are a number of lawsuits against the big banks say that the banks put their biggest clients first so they could maximize their profits off this program. 70 publicly traded companies. Ruth Chris ended up applying twice and getting $20 billion.
If there were two clients, it could be the same exact business sitting across the desk from the loan officer. If one of the clients had more net worth and they were requesting a larger loan, the loan officer would probably favor that individual over the person asking for the smaller loan because they're getting paid higher for the person who's requesting the larger loan. That is how many of us from Main Street America got shoved to the bottom of the list.
If you didn't have a nest egg or any money saved, the effects of that got pretty devastating. That was about a 10-week stretch. June 1st was the scheduled date when all the shops were opening, and upon anticipating the return, you spend time getting prepared with the COVID plan and social distancing and whatnot, and not knowing the haymaker punch is around the corner.
When we finally did get the word we could open back up on a limited basis, it was kind of curbside, again, special orders, and so we're going along, and then man, everything happened.
Breaking overnight and into the early morning, the riots meant to bring justice to George Floyd's death have left another person shot and killed while chaos reigns over the city.
With my business being located in South Minneapolis, I'm only a quarter of a mile away from the precinct. When things got full-blown into the protest, this was like Tornado Alley.
Yo, is this you, bro? Do I know how to put it in reverse? Bro, how old are you, bro? You 13? People are just inside of the establishment while the alarm is going off, stealing liquor, carrying it out by the box load. No exaggeration, every business has been looted.
I happened to get up in the middle of the night and noticed that my phone had been blowing up and
cars are pulled up so that they can get some of the merchandise.
I seen his live stream on Facebook as he panned to his left here.
Oh no, not my barbershop. Oh no. Y'all need to come on out of there.
I was able to see somebody snatch that TV that was right up there and was exiting the building, which moved me as a state of emergency. Get up, get down there.
Honestly, I really never thought it was gonna come to St. Paul. I am driving Hiawatha and I'm crossing the bridge and I'm seeing all the people pulled off to the side and phones out and the whole thing. And so of course, we pull the car over and go, what's going on? And Target is being ransacked at that particular time. And in the background, the AutoZone's on fire and Wendy's is on fire. So I'm like, wow, this is real. We better get to St. Paul.
They just burned down my job. I got a baby to take care of. I tried to stop it earlier. Somebody was trying to burn it down. I'm like, no, don't burn it down. I work here. I got a baby to take care of. You saw them stuff? No, this was before this all happened. They was trying to because they already done broke into it. They took the money, whatever else they took or whatever.
When I got down here after gathering up whatever wood particle boards I had, I got here and I was just drilling up. I was drilling up right here and it was just people driving reckless all down Lake Street and all that was going on. And they had crashed through the building right there. So in going through there, it was like it was a drive-through liquor store. People were just pulling up, running in there, grabbing bottles, and you were just seeing people. I mean, whatever you like to do, you knew you could get away with it that night. At that point, the loss that I suffered was minimal, so I had to be thankful for that.
You know, we come to this side of town immediately, nothing's going on. The next morning, somebody comes running in and goes, yo, they just tried to loot Target down the street, they're coming this way. So the rest of the day, literally, we're out front, people walking by, people are like, nah, leave them alone, they're good, they're good. And again, we're seeing everything happen. People are running around, you know, it's going down. And literally later in the evening, as things progress, then, you know, we get some people who kind of tried us for whatever reason.
The next night, they came through again, and I was unaware that, you know, I had been hit again. Things piled up, more loss, more theft, more vandalism.
That horrible event really changed the community, and community is a lot of the root and heart of the salon as well. And so we had, you know, lots of conversations. We really try to focus on creating a safe space for people.
It was really a 1-2 punch to watch all this go, and you're expecting after 10 weeks to get back on the grind and get back on your money and let's get things restored, and out of nowhere something like this was to happen. I think that was a pretty devastating blow.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is asking the federal government to help rebuild communities that sustained damage during the protests over the killing of George Floyd. Walz says the unrest resulted in the destruction of critical public infrastructure. Nearly 1,500 Twin Cities businesses were affected by vandalism, fire, or theft. Walz says current damage estimates exceed $500 million.
We just had a lot of people who really, really support the store. You would not believe. People would just pull up and be like, y'all good? Yeah, we're straight. You know, okay, I'll be in the neighborhood, you know, holler.
I saw the community did step up a bit I also had people that came down and watched all what was going on in the area contact me and say, hey man, did you know you got a bunch of people in the community down there sweeping water out of your door? And at this time I was nowhere around here. So to see the community step up and take care of the first wave of devastation before me as a business owner could get in here, I thought that was mighty awesome. I thank the Lord that people stepped up and supported me as a minority business owner. And it didn't come from the federal government, it didn't come from the city of Minneapolis. It was just people with a heart for the community, and that is what touched my heart the most. When your doors are open and everybody else is boarded up, you'd see people ride by the curb and just honk, you know, and say, man, it's just good to see you guys open. You know what I mean? So that really encouraged me to know that people are taking notice of you when you don't think they are, when you least expect it.
You know, I called it Urban Lights for a reason. I wanted to be that one light in the neighborhood that continues to burn no matter what. I've seen people go from coming in with their mom and dad while they buy music to, you know, graduating high school to going to college and then coming back and saying, hey, you know, I went to business school, man, because you were standing behind that counter every day, you know, doing business, and I wanted to be like you. I think that it's meant a way out, something different than the norm. And I think that it is that light. It's just hope. It's just kind of your dreams can come true. Showing you can have stuff. You can have a business.
What we learned is a lot about resilience. I think that as a community, as a Black community, we are often resilient, and we have been. I also think that we will look back at this time as our test, truly, that we overcame and rose above.
Oh, once they rewrap it, it'll be pretty again. See the ugly duckling right now. It's gonna take time. You know, this area is gonna, it has a scar. Our city is scarred up right now. You know, when people just come down here to see and look months later, people come here from out of town to look and see. You know, native Minnesotans that don't live here anymore, you know, they come just to look and see. And our town is scarred up right now, and it's still healing, but we're gonna come back. You know, we're strong, we're resilient. We're gonna make it back. We're gonna be back on top, you know. We just gotta fight through some of the difficulties with this, you know. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna make it. You know, at the end of the day, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.